Right. So guys, so today in this session, what are we broadly going to look at is, we will know what this Assistant Commandant exam is all about. We will look into it. Okay. We will also know why this exam is becoming more and more important every year, why the competition is increasing and all. We will see all of that. So we will know complete details about the Assistant Commandant role in the CAPF. And this exam, for this role of Assistant Commandant, is conducted by UPSC. So we will know about the exam as well, right? So now we will go into the session. We will start with the session. So today in this session, this is what we are broadly going to look at. So what are the things that we are going to look at? First, we will see what is this CAPF AC exam all about. What is the Central Armed Police Force exam? What is the role of Assistant Commandant? We will see all of this. Okay. First, we will see what is this CAPF AC exam. Who holds the exam? Who will organize the exam? Which is the ministry under which the CAPF comes under? Okay. We will see all of that. After that, we will see the different stages in the exam. The different stages. Okay. There are 3 stages for the CAPF exam. We will see all of that. The stages. Right. And after that, we will go and see the qualification for the CAPF exam. What is the basic qualification you need to have? And also the important criteria that the UPSC has set up. We will see all of that also. After that, we will see why the CAPF AC exam is important. The CAPF AC exam is given by a lot of people. It is given by people from broad categories. It is given by people who are preparing especially for the defense services examinations, and it is also given by the people preparing for civil services examination. So why is that all the people, like people from different backgrounds, are giving this exam? And why this exam is becoming important? It is becoming important day by day. We will see all of that in detail. And after that, we will also see the approach to tackle the CAPF AC exam. So within a fortnight, the notification for 2021 is going to come. The CAPF notification for 2021 is going to come within a fortnight. So we will see the approach that we have to follow in order to clear the CAPF AC exam. Okay. And after that, we will also see the course that we are going to offer. We at DIADEMY, we are going to offer a course especially for the CAPF AC exam, and we will see the details about that course as well. Okay. These are the broad things that we are going to look at in this session. And if you have any doubt in between, you can stop and ask me. Okay. If you have any queries with regard to anything and all, you can ask me. Even after the session also, you can contact us if you have any doubts or any queries. Okay. Right. Now we'll dive into the session. First, what is the CAPF AC exam is all about? The CAPF stands for the Central Armed Police Forces. They are not paramilitary. It is a Central Armed Police Force. Okay, the central government has categorized some forces into this Central Armed Police Forces. Okay, and the UPSC conducts an exam every year for the officer level entry, that is the Assistant Commandant. That is at the Assistant Commandant level. So for this Assistant Commandant level, every year UPSC will organize the exam. Okay, so this is the highest level at which the CAPFs will take an officer. This is the highest level. So beyond this, only promotions. Right. So this CAPF exam, as I told, is conducted by UPSC every year. The number of vacancies varies. Sometimes it will be around 200 to 250, and sometimes the vacancies will be about 350 also. In 2020, the vacancies are about 210. In 2019, the vacancies are about 330. In 2019, the vacancies are 330. Okay. In 2018, the vacancies are about 420 to 430, like that in the 2018. But in 2020, as I said, the vacancies have decreased to 210 only. In 2021, it is expected that in 2021, the number of vacancies will be a bit more than 2020. That is for sure, right? Okay. And the ministry under which the Central Armed Police Forces comes, it is the Ministry of Home Affairs. So this Ministry of Home Affairs is the cadre controlling authority for the CAPFs. Okay. So this is broadly about CAPFs. Now we will see the different forces which comes under the Central Armed Police Force. The different forces. There are broadly the 5 forces for which the UPSC conducts the exam. The 5 forces. What are these 5 forces? We will see that now. The forces are the Border Security Force, the Central Reserve Police Force, the Central Industrial Security Force, CISF, the Indo-Tibetan Border Police, ITBP, and the Sashastra Seema Bal, SSB. As some of you might have known, the Border Security Force is that force which will guard the India-Pakistan and the India-Bangladesh border. Okay, so the Border Security Force has the mandate to guard the Indo-Pakistan border and the Indo-Bangladesh border. And after that, you have the Central Reserve Police Force, the CRPF. And the CRPF will mostly deal with the internal security situations, be it the Naxal affected areas, the internal security, be it the Naxal affected areas, or be it during the elections, or be it during the riots. You have the Rapid Action Force for the riots, which is part of this CRPF. You have the Cobra Battalion, especially to deal with the Naxalites in the Naxal areas. So all these are part of the Central Reserve Police Force, the CRPF. Next, you have the CISF, the Central Industrial Security Force. The CISF, the Central Industrial Security Force, is a premier force to guard it is this force which will guard the key establishments of the country, the key establishments which are important for the economy of the country. So what are the key establishments? Something like, let's say, the nuclear establishments, the nuclear power plants and all, or the oil refineries, or the Delhi Metro, the prime example, the Hyderabad Metro, the Delhi Metro, the key metros. Okay. So, and also the key public sector, the key public sector companies of the Government of India, and also some private sector companies also takes help of the CISF. For example, the Infosys campus in Bangalore is guarded by the CISF. They will pay to the CISF and they will take the help of CISF for the security. Okay, so this is what is about the CISF. And next you have the Indo-Tibetan Border Police. This Indo-Tibetan Border Police, they will guard the Indo-Tibet, that is the Indo-China border. Indo-China border, which is ranging from Jammu and Kashmir to the Arunachal Pradesh. So all through this, in the Indo-China border, you will find the Indo-Tibetan Border Police. And after that, you have the Sashastra Seema Bal, SSB, Sashastra Seema Bal. Sashastra Seema Bal is that force which will guard the India-Nepal border and the India-Bhutan border. So both these borders are guarded by the Sashastra Seema Bal. So for all of these five forces, for this role of Assistant Commandant, the UPSC will conduct the exam. Yes, Priyanka, I'll repeat, no issues. Okay, but I'm just explaining, for all of these five forces, for this role of Assistant Commandant, UPSC will conduct the exam. Okay, now we will, before going to see what this Assistant Commandant level is all about, we will just see again the CISF, the Central Industrial Security Force. Okay, the CISF is a premier security force which will guard the key establishments of the country. Key establishments means the establishments which are important for the economy of the country. So what are the establishments that are important for the country? The public sector companies, the huge public sector companies that we have. Okay, the steel plants and all, the ports, the steel plants and all are guarded by the CISF. And also, if we take the nuclear power plants, they are also guarded by the CISF. Apart from that, the metros are guarded by the CISF. And also the airports, if you see, the airport security is handled by the CISF. So all the key establishments of the country, they are guarded by the CISF. Okay, and also some private companies. The private companies, for example, the Infosys and some TCS campus also, they are guarded by the CISF. Okay, so CISF will guard the key establishments. That means the establishments, the companies which are important for the economy of the country are guarded by CISF, right? For example, the ports, the airports, all of the big establishments, they are guarded by the CISF, right? Okay. Now see, this role of Assistant Commandant is a huge role. It's actually a role where a person who joins an Assistant Commandant will lead a company. So leading a company means they will be leading They will be leading about 130 men. A company will consist of 130 men and 135 men. And this Assistant Commandant is the company commander for this 130 men. So he will be heading this company consisting of 130 men. So you might have understood what is the huge responsibility that this Assistant Commandant is going to have. He should be guiding 130 men directly after the entry into the service. Okay. So this assistant commandant is going to have a huge role. So this assistant commandant is a Group A service. It's a Group A service, and in 2019, the organized Group A status is being given to the assistant commandants, is given to the CAPFs, especially the organized Group A service and the non-functional financial upgradation. So these are the privileges which only the IAS and IPS will have. So it is now given to the CAPFs also. So the CAPFs have become more organized. So till now, what used to happen is that beyond a point, the promotions of the CAPF officers, CAPF cadre officers, they were stagnant. But now, with the grant of this organized Group A service status, the promotion avenues for the cadre officers have increased. The role of assistant commandant, as I told, he will be guarding the assistant commandant. He will be commanding 130 men. He will be commanding a company consisting of 130 men. So this assistant commandant role, it's actually similar to that of a deputy superintendent of police. It is equivalent to a DSP. So no, Priyanka, they will not come under the army. They will not come under the army. So the army is mostly to guard the country against external aggression. The army is to guard the country against the external aggression, but the Central Armed Police Force are the central police, you can say. They are mostly for the internal security and the border guarding. Okay, they're mostly for internal security and guarding the border of the country. They will not come under the army. The army is completely different. The army will come under the Ministry of Defense, but the Central Armed Police Force will come under the Ministry of Home Affairs. Okay. So this assistant commandant is actually, it's a pretty prestigious post. It's a, as I told already, it's a Group A post, and the OGA status is also given to the CAPFs. This assistant commandant is equivalent to a deputy superintendent of police. It is equivalent to a DSP. And if it take the similar comparison in the army, it is equivalent to a captain in the Indian Army. So now you can see how prestigious this post of assistant commandant is. It's a pretty prestigious post, the role of assistant commandant. The only thing is that they will have to function in some difficult terrain and all. That's a discussion for a different day. But if you see the role in itself, take a person who's entering into the service in his early 20s, and he will be commanding a company consisting of 130 men. He will be guiding them. He will be commanding them. So that's a huge responsibility that he's going to have, and it's also a pretty prestigious post for anyone. Okay. And if someone is interested in uniform job, this is the best service that he can get into. Okay. All right. This is about the assistant commandant. And now we will see the career progression that a person is going to have once he enter into the service, once he enter into the Central Armed Police Force as an assistant commandant. So first, any person will enter into the service as an assistant commandant. So below the assistant commandant, there will be inspectors and constables. Everyone will be there. Okay. So this assistant commandant is the post. You can say it is the highest post where someone is recruited. Highest post where someone is recruited, and beyond assistant commandant, everyone is just promoted. So there will be people who are promoted only beyond the assistant commandant. Okay. So the assistant commandant, after his first promotion, will become a deputy commandant. Will become a deputy commandant DC. After deputy commandant, he will become second in command. Assistant commandant will become deputy commandant. After that, he will become second in command. After that, he will become commandant. After that, he will become DIG. So till recently, most of the cadre officers, their promotion used to stop at this level, approximately DIG and IG level. Beyond this, IPS people used to come into these forces. But now, with the grant of this organized Group A services, even beyond IG and DIG, all the people in the forces, you can say, the cadre officers, they will be getting promotions and they will be occupying the ADG, that is the Additional Director General, and DG of the forces as well. But till now, the IPS people, the people from the IPS used to come as deputy, used to come into this service, into these forces, under the deputation, and they used to serve as IG, ADG, and DG. But now, as the organized Group A service status is being given, even at this level, the people from the forces, they will be promoted. Okay, so the people from the forces, they will be promoted, and they will be having more avenues for the career progression and all. Okay, so that is the reason this post of assistant commandant has become more important, it has become more prominent these days, and more people are giving the exam as well. Okay, right. So this is what is about the basic details about the Assistant Commandant exam. So anyone has any doubts, you can just ask me. Okay, if you have any doubt, you can just ask me. Right. Okay, we'll move on to the scheme of the examination, the pattern of the examination. And remember, guys, this post of Assistant Commandant, both men and women are eligible if you meet the basic eligibility criteria, and if you meet the physical and medical standards, both men and women are eligible for this post. And as I told already, it's a pretty prestigious post. And I would suggest everyone giving the civil services has to give this exam. Because I'll tell you in the course of the lecture why it is advantageous for the people, especially preparing for civil services. Why it is advantageous for you. Even if you don't join the service, that's a different thing. But you have to give this exam because it is giving you so many opportunities and giving you so many experiences which you are not going to get anywhere. We'll see that in the due course of time. Now we will see the scheme of the examination, pattern of the examination, how this exam will be held. Okay, right. If you see the scheme of the examination, it's a three-stage examination. Right? So this three-stage examination. So in the stage 1, you have the written examination. In the stage 2, you have the physical examination, that is the physical standard test and the physical efficiency test, where you will have the physical events. And the third stage, you have the interview. Now we will see each stage in detail. So if you see the stage 1, you have two papers. In stage 1. So in the stage 1, paper 1, you have the objective. Questions and all. The paper is for 2 hours, and it is for 250 marks, where 125 questions will be there. Okay, 125 questions will be there, and negative marking is also there for this. The paper 1 is objective exam, and you have paper 2. The paper 2 is a descriptive 3-hour descriptive exam. Okay. If you see in detail about this paper 1 in the first stage. If you see the details about the stage 1. In the stage 1, you have paper 1 and paper 2, as I told already. In paper 1, if you see, you have objective questions. The objective questions, where you will find questions from the general studies. That is your history, geography, economy, polity, current affairs, all of these things. And also you will have questions from the general ability, that is the quant and reasoning. You will also have. Okay. So you'll have questions from general ability and general studies as well. So if someone's preparing for civil services, you're preparing general studies for paper 1. General studies for the prelims paper 1. You're preparing quant and reasoning for the CSAT paper. So both of these, if both of these are combined, this is the paper 1 for the CAPF. That is why I told you, people preparing for civil services these days are also giving this exam as a backup. Okay, right. So this paper 1 consists of general studies and general ability. Both of these things it combines, and there are about 125 questions for 250 marks. 125 questions for 250 marks. Right. Then you have the paper 2. This paper 2 is a pretty tricky paper. Paper 2 is a 3-hour descriptive paper, and this paper 2 actually determines someone is entering into the service or not. The paper 2 is very crucial. The paper 2, if you see broadly, it consists of all of these things. It consists of essay writing. It consists of argument writing. It consists of report writing, essay writing, the comprehension, and the grammar as well. All of these things, the essay writing, the argument, the report, the essay writing. These are the most important things. The essay writing, if you see, the 6 essays given, out of the 6 essays given, you have to write 4 of them. And it is for 80 marks. Okay. And after that, you have the argument writing. You have you will be given two topics, where both of them combined. It is for 40 marks. The argument writing is for 40 marks. After that, you have the report writing, which is for 20 marks. The essay writing for 15 marks. the comprehension passage for another 20 marks, and the grammar for 25 marks. In this, if you see, the essay argument, the essay writing, argument writing, and report writing, they actually need your understanding on the current issues and on the various aspects that are going on around us. Okay, so the essay writing, argument writing, and report writing will need in-depth understanding of the current issues as well as the various aspects surrounding us. So that is the reason people preparing for civil services, if you're preparing for mains, this paper is very easy for the people, for those of you. Okay, because you already have knowledge. The only thing which you will need is structuring that knowledge. That is the only thing you will need. Okay, even for the others, those who are not preparing for civil services, paper 1 is like any other objective exam. Paper 1 is like any other exam that you are giving, the other CDS or SSC or any other exam. A bit different. The level of the exam is a bit different, but it is similar. In the paper 2, what you will have to do is you will have to focus more on the content as well as the structuring of the answer. Okay, right. So these are the details about the paper 1 and paper 2. Now, if you talk about the level of the exam, the level of the CAPF AC exam, if you see, so you can say that the level is somewhere between the civil services and the state PSC. UPSC somewhere, UPSC CS, yeah, I'm just writing it down here. UPSC CSC is somewhere here, right? And the state PCS is somewhere here. And somewhere in between, you have the CAPF AC exam. So the level of the exam is, you can say, it is somewhat below the civil services, but it is definitely above the other states' civil service examinations. Okay, this is what is the basic level of the CAPF AC exam. And as UPSC is conducting, it is a pretty prestigious exam, and exam will be, the level of the exam will be pretty good because UPSC is conducting this exam. So this paper 2, as I told, it's a very tricky one. And then another important thing in this paper 2 is that you will have to score at least 50 marks for you in order to qualify. Minimum 50 marks has to be scored in paper 2 in order to qualify. Okay, so this is what is there again, right? So these are the basic details. So people who have qualified this stage 1, the written examination, will then be called for the physical standard test and the physical efficiency test. So what is the physical standard test and the physical efficiency test? We will see that. So before going into that, if you have any doubt, you can just ask me. Before going into that, if you have any doubt or any query, you can just ask me. Okay. I'll just give 10 seconds. If you have any doubt, you can just ask. Okay, we'll move on. Next, we will see the stage 2. The people who have cleared the stage 1 written examination will be called for the stage 2 examination. So approximately, in the stage 2, one is to, for the stage 2, the number of people will be called will depend on the vacancies. It will be called in the ratio 1:7. That means for every one vacancy, approximately 7 people will be called for the stage 2. Okay. So if you see the stage 2, first the physical standards will be checked. There are certain standards that are given. The height, weight, and everything are given. The medical standards are given. They will be there. They will be checked. Okay. And also there are certain physical events which everyone has to clear. And the standards for this physical efficiency test are different for men and women. For male and female, they are different. If you see the physical events, we have the 100-meter race, we have the 800-meter race, we have the long jump and the shot put. Okay. And the timings for 100 meters is 16 seconds for men and 18 seconds for women. 800 meters, men has to clear in 3 minutes 45 seconds and women has to clear in 4 minutes 45 seconds. Long jump, men has to jump for 3.5 meters and women has to jump for 3 meters. And shot put is there only for men and they have to throw for about 4.5 meters. And guys, trust me, if you do the physical exercise for about 20 days before the physical efficiency test, I'm telling you, you can clear this stage very easily because I have done this. I've just prepared for 3 weeks before the physical, and I've cleared it very easily. So everyone also can do that. So there is no need for you, to take this very seriously and think about it more, because after the results, you will have ample time to prepare for this stage 2. Okay. So these are basic small things which everyone has to clear, because if you see the Central Armed Police Force, they involve physical activity and all. So the basic minimum physical and medical standards have to be met. So after the first, what they will be doing is they will conduct the basic physical test, and they will check they will actually filter out the people, because some people will not be clearing it and some people will be clearing it. So people who will clear all of these events, okay. So people who will clear all of these events, they will be checked for in the medicals. Their medicals will be checked, and in these medicals, your height, your weight, and all the other complications will be checked. The medicals will be checked. So if anyone is not clearing the medicals, there is a provision for remedical as well. If you are overweight or anything like that, okay. So you will be given a chance. You will be given a chance again, where you can go to Delhi and you can clear your medicals again. So that's not an issue. Okay. So I'll repeat the stage 2 again. So in the stage 2, you have the physical efficiency and the physical standard and the physical efficiency test. Okay. In the physical efficiency test, you will be tested for some physical events, like the 100 meters, 800 meters, long jump, and the shot put, where everyone has to clear these events in the prescribed event time. Okay. Once people clear these events, they will be sent to the medicals, where the medical examination will be done for every person. And if someone is not able to clear the medical examination, then they will be given another chance, where they will be asked to come and appear for remedical examination again. Okay. This is what is about the stage 2. Once the stage 2 is over, then you will have the interview. Then UPSC will be conducting the interview. That is the stage 3 of the examination. So in this stage 3, you will be called for the interview, and this interview will be conducted in the premises of the UPSC in Delhi. Okay, and this interview is for 150 marks. The written is for 450 marks. 200 marks in paper 1. Sorry, 250 marks in paper 1. I'm writing here. 250 marks in paper 1 and 200 marks in paper 2. Okay, as I told, in paper 2, you have to score minimum of 50 marks. Minimum of 50 marks is the criteria. Okay, so people who will clear this 250 marks in paper 1 and 200 marks in paper 2, so combined, they will check, and people who will clear this, they will attend the stage 2, where there are no marks in stage 2. People just have to clear it. Once they clear it, then they will appear the interview, and the interview is for 150 marks. So here, total of 450 marks in the written examination and 150 marks in the interview. So the exam is for about 600 marks. Exam is for 600 marks. So the interview is for 150 marks. So if you see 150 marks out of 600, so interview has a very high weightage. 150 marks out of 600 means interview has a very high weightage. In civil services, if you see, out of 2025 marks, only 275 marks is given for interview. But here, out of 600, 150 marks is given for interview. So the weightage of interview is more in the CAPF compared to that of civil services. Okay. So the interview will be conducted by the UPSC, and after the interview, the final results will be declared. Right. So if you see the allocation of the vacancies, people who will be clearing the stage 1, they will be opting the options. Where they will choose the option according to their wish, and depending on the merit list, they will be getting the preferred force. Depending on the merit. Okay. So these options people will be giving after the stage 1 in their DAF itself. The DAF stands for detailed application form. After the stage 1, you will be filling it. There only you will be giving the preference, the force preferences you will be giving. Okay, right. So this is about the stage 1, stage 2, and stage 3. So anyone has any doubts in this? You have any doubts or any queries? You can just let me know. Okay. Right. Now we'll move on to the next thing. Now we will see the qualification. The qualification, if you see, it is similar to that of other examinations, where you have to be a graduate. You have to have a graduation in any degree. The graduation has to be there. This is an important thing, and you have to be a citizen of India. That is the basic criteria. Okay, and also a person, if he is selected for CAPF once, he is not eligible to give the examination again. So this, if a person is selected to CAPF once, he cannot give the exam again. He cannot give again. This is another important thing. Okay. And apart from this, there is age limit for the CAPF AC exam. Like every other exam, there is age limit. And here the age limit is from 20 to 25 years. So the lower age limit is 20 years and the upper age limit is 25 years. So people, between this category only can take the exam. You can check the notification. So every notification, in the notification, it will be given very clearly. So who all can appear for the exam and all, it will be given very clearly. Okay, but the age limit is from 20 to 25 years. But there are certain relaxations for different categories. For SC and ST, it is for 5 years. The relaxation is for 5 years. For OBC, it is for 3 years. For the ex-servicemen and others, it is also for 5 years. So these are the relaxations that are given for different people, for the people belonging to different categories. Okay, right. So this is the basic qualification. This is the basic qualification. Now till now we have seen the importance of we have seen about the Assistant Commandant role. What is the role of the Assistant Commandant? We also seen about the exam. What is the exam all about? What are the different stages that we have? Now we will see why this CAPF AC exam is becoming important every year. I've told already, the organized group A service status is given to the CAPF, and because of that, the pride and prestige for the post also has increased, and the number of people giving this exam has increased. Now we will see why it is still more important for everyone to give this exam in today's scenario. We'll see that. So who are the people who will give this CAPF AC exam broadly? Who are the people who will give? The CAPF AC exam is generally given by the uniform and defense service aspirants. There will be people who will be preparing especially for the who will be preparing especially for the defense services. So, and also there will be people who are interested to have this uniform job. So they are the ones who will be giving this exam. And apart from that, in the past few years, the civil service aspirants are becoming one of the you can say they are one of the huge chunks who are giving this exam. They're one of the large set of population who are giving this exam. More number of aspirants from the civil service are giving this exam. Why? We will see that in a while. And you have the other people, that means the people who are preparing for other government examinations also give the exam. But the major competition is between the defense aspirants and the civil service aspirants. The civil service aspirants are giving a tough time for everyone, because as we have seen already, the paper one, the stage one, you have the paper one where it is overlapping with the general studies for the prelims examination, and the paper two is overlapping with the general studies of the mains examination. So for the civil service aspirants, it's a pretty easy examination for them. So they are giving this examination. Okay, so that is the thing. And in the past few years, this examination has gained more prominence and more importance. One reason for that is, as I told already, the organized group A service status is given to the Central Armed Police Forces. And there are some other reasons also why the importance for the CAPF AC exam is increasing. We will see the reasons. First, a lot of people want to have a government job, a job in any public sector undertaking. But these are the days where we are talking about privatization of PSUs. So there is no guarantee whether, even if you join a public sector undertaking, whether it will remain public sector or not. So when the privatization is on full swing, people are trying to prefer those jobs where, you can have a secure job security and all. And CAPF is one such. where you have job security, where you have power, pride, prestige, and also you have ample chance to serve the country. You have seen where all the areas where the CAPF serves. They serve in the border, they serve for the internal security, and they serve in the parliament, they serve as security for the VIPs, and everywhere. You can find them everywhere. And also, the number of vacancies in the government departments is decreasing. The number of vacancies is decreasing. We have seen in the SSC CGL examinations, the number of vacancies have decreased. This is what we are witnessing in every department in the government. And also, for the civil service aspirants especially, they need a backup career. They need a backup career. And what better than CAPF, where there is no need for them to prepare anything extra. They just need to organize their thoughts and organize everything. There's nothing for them to prepare extra. They just need to practice few things, and they can directly give the examination. So this is a great backup career for the people preparing for civil services. And also, the best interview experience a civil service aspirant can get. Here, the interview will be taken up by the UPSC board only, by the UPSC board members only. The only difference from the civil services is that the civil services, generally you will have 5 people in the board, but here in the CAPF, you will have only 4 people who will be interviewed. That is the only difference. Otherwise, there is no difference. There is no difference. So the best mock interview a civil service aspirant can get is CAPF interview. And also there are a lot of uncertainties in the civil services. To beat these uncertainties and all, people are preferring the backup career like this. Okay. So what are the uncertainties in civil services that we're talking? Why people from civil services background these days are giving more of such examinations? If you see the few-year trends with regard to vacancies in civil services, in 2015, there are about 1129 vacancies in civil services. In 2016, there are 1079. In 2017, you have 980 vacancies. In 2018, you have 782 vacancies. In 2019, you have 896. In 2020, you have 796, and in 2021, you have about 712 vacancies. If you see, the number of vacancies are gradually decreasing every year in civil services. So the uncertainty, as we talk about in the civil services, is actually increasing. The uncertainty in the civil service is actually increasing year on year. So to beat this uncertainty, we need a backup career. We need a backup career because the uncertainty is increasing. So what better backup someone can have when you have another similar post to that of civil services, which is the Assistant Commandant post in the CAPF. The Assistant Commandant post in CAPF is similar to that of a Deputy Superintendent of Police. And also, there is no need for you to study anything extra. So that is the reason these days the people from the civil services are giving this CAPF AC exam. Even in the interview, if you see, if 1,000 people give the interview, at least 600 to 700 people are the people who are preparing for civil service only in the CAPF interview. If 1,000 people are giving interview in CAPF, in that about 600 to 700 people are the ones who are giving civil services as well. So you can see most of the civil service aspirants are giving this examination. Okay. And also because of the decrease in vacancies and uncertainty in the civil services, this CAPF AC exam has gained more prominence over the past few years. Right? Okay. Now, we have seen different kinds of people who will be giving this exam. Who are the different people? The people who are preparing especially the defense examinations, the people who are preparing the CAPF AC exam along with civil services, and the people who are giving the government examinations. So these are the 3 sets of people what we will be having. So the strategy should be different for all these 3 people. The strategy should be different for all these 3 people. For the defense and the other uniform service aspirants and the people who are preparing for government examinations, their approach should be more to gain knowledge and practice. They gain knowledge along with doing practice. So their approach should be different. If you take the civil service aspirants, their approach should be more towards the formats. That means the structuring of the content. because they already have the knowledge. They already have the knowledge, and they're also working on the knowledge continuously because they're preparing for prelims and mains as well. So the important thing for them is to structure the knowledge which they have. But this is different for the people, who are giving the government examinations and the other defense examinations. They have to focus more on gaining the knowledge as well. So the approach should be different for the civil service aspirants and the defense service aspirants. So both of them have to have different approaches. Okay. Now we will see briefly what are the different approaches for the civil service aspirants and the defense service aspirants. We will see that briefly now. Okay. And I've told already, the people who are preparing for civil services will have some advantage over the people who are preparing for defense service examinations. We will see what are these advantages also now, along with the approach. What are the advantages? The civil service aspirants, especially if you see, paper 1 in the CAPF AC examination has an overlap with the civil service prelims examination. So there's an overlap between them. Okay. So as there is overlap between them, they can easily give the CAPF AC exam, and there is no need for them to prepare anything extra. They can give it easily. Okay. And also in paper 2, they have the overlap with the mains topics. So as they have overlap with the mains topics, there is no need for the civil service aspirants to prepare anything extra. They just need to restructure their content. They already have the content and everything in their mind. They just need to restructure everything, and they just need to put it in the required format. That is the thing. So this CAPF AC exam is a different advantage for the civil service aspirants. Okay, and also as I told, the main focus for the civil service aspirant should be on the presentation and the approach for the examination, because this examination needs a different approach compared to that of civil services. So that is what they will have to focus more on, because they already have the content. Because if you see the question paper, especially, so this is the 2020 question paper, 2020 CAPF question paper. So this is paper 2. If you see the essays, here the first one is about the internal security, second one is about the women issues, the third one they have given about the media, electronic media, the fourth one is about the border challenges of India, the fifth one it is about the Indian society, sixth one is about social justice. So the broad GS topics, if you see the GS1, GS2, GS3, these are the topics which you will be having. This is what is asked in the exam also. Okay. So that's why I keep on telling this exam is easy for the civil service aspirants. Okay. Even if you see the argument and report writing, these are the topics which are given. In the argument, you have the solitude. The first one, solitude during a pandemic is not unwelcome. Second one, you have political awareness among the social elite is inconsequential. These are the arguments. These are the topics on which argument has to be written. And you have report writing, where the new educational policy is given and the new farm laws are given. So here the focus is more on the static issues as well as the current issues. So someone who is not a civil service aspirant has to focus on the current issues as well. So they have to read the newspaper daily. And also they have to focus on important issues, important static issues like the women issues, like the border challenges of India, like the internal security issues. Okay. So all of these things have to be read thoroughly by everyone. Okay, by everyone. So these are the broad topics that will be asked. So we have seen why this exam is a bit advantageous for the civil service aspirants. Now, people who are not preparing for civil services, what is that they have to do? So they will need to follow a different approach. We will see that. Sorry, we will see that. First, people who are preparing, first we will see this strategy for the people who are preparing for government examinations. That is, they are not preparing for civil services. They are preparing only for CAPF. Okay, for those people, what should be their strategy? What should be the strategy to clear this examination? We will see. So before going into that, anyone has any doubt, any queries with regard to anything? You can just let me know. So till now we have seen the We have seen briefly about the CAPFs, the forces that we have in the CAPF, different forces. After that, we have seen the scheme of examination. Okay, we have seen the different papers. We have the stage 2 where the physical test is conducted. And after that, you have the stage 3 where interview is conducted. The examination is for 600 marks. We have seen that. After that, we have seen the different people who will be giving this examination. Okay, so we have seen also why this examination is advantageous for civil service aspirants without doing anything extra, how they can easily crack this exam. But for the people who are preparing for the government examinations and people who are preparing especially for CAPF, they will have to do a bit extra in order to beat the competition and to go into the merit list. So what should be their strategy? People who are preparing especially for CAPF, what should be their strategy? We will see that now. Okay, right. So people who are preparing especially for CAPF, first thing, this year in 2021, the examination is on August 8th. August 8th. UPSC is already given a calendar. The examination is on August 8th. Okay. As the examination is on August 8th, so what people have to do is people should start giving tests now itself. People should start preparing for the paper 1, the general studies and the general ability. In the general studies, you have the important subjects like history, you have economy, you have polity, you have science and technology, plus general sciences, you have environment, and you have geography. So these are the broad topics which you have to cover. You have to start preparing now itself. This is the high time. The notification can be out within a fortnight. So you have to start preparing now itself. And parallelly, along with your preparation, what you have to do is you have to give the mock test as well. Because only when you give the mock test, you will know where you stand. Only by practice, you will learn more. Because only by just studying, you will not be able to remember anything. Along with studying, you will have to practice as well. So for that, mock test is very crucial. So along with this paper 1, you have to focus on paper 2 as well. Because paper 2 is very crucial. Paper 2 only will ensure someone is getting into the list or not. The paper 2 is for 200 marks, and out of 200, 50 marks has to be stored compulsorily by everyone. And I've shown you already how the questions are being asked in the paper 2. So the focus is on the current issues and the static issues as well. So you have to focus on the current issues which will be given in your newspapers and all. So newspaper reading is must. And also you have the static issues. So static issues means the general women issues, the general political issues that you have, the general economy issues, the internal security issues. All of these things come under the static issues. So not only studying all of these things, so you have to do regular answer writing practice. In paper 2, this is very crucial because finishing the paper in 3 hours is very difficult in paper 2. Finishing the paper in 3 hours is very difficult. So for that, you'll have to do extreme rigorous practice has to be done. Okay. So weekly test. So we will be at DIADEMY, we are going to start this test series where we will be giving you this weekly challenges, weekly tests and all. Okay, where you can build your content as well as start writing answers as well. And we are going to provide a crash course as well. So I will share the details of the crash course shortly. Okay, but this is what is how you will have to approach. You will have to approach both paper 1 and paper 2 simultaneously. In paper 1, these are the things which you have to cover along with the, I forgot to tell you, in paper 1, you also have to cover the current affairs and the CSAT, that is the quant and reasoning. Because approximately 20 to 25 questions are asked. So 20 to 25 questions means about 50 marks are being asked from the quant and reasoning. So you cannot ignore this because they will change the game altogether. Okay. So paper 1 and paper 2 has to be focused simultaneously. This is for the people especially who are preparing only for the CAPF. Because see, this is approximately March ending, and from April 1st, if you see, you have exam in August, in the second week of August. On August 8th, you have the exam. After the first week, you have August 8th. Okay, so you have ample time. and you have to utilize all of this time very efficiently and judiciously. Okay, you have enough time, but this time is not huge. This time is just enough. If you put some extra efforts, this time is very much enough for you, will be sufficient for you in order to clear the examination. Okay, right. So this is how people preparing for CAPF should focus on. First they have to solve first they have to start preparing paper 1, and also they have to start solving mock test. So along with that, what they have to do is they have to focus on the paper 2 as well. And how they will be doing, they can take the crash course from us, and also they have to do the newspaper reading continuously. Okay, this is how they have to approach. Now we will see the approach for the people who are preparing for the CAPF along with civil services. People preparing for CAPF along with civil services. I told you, people preparing for CAPF along with civil services has an advantage. So you have to ensure that you use this advantage to the maximum extent. Use this advantage to the maximum extent. And how you will be doing that? How you can do that in fact? We will see that now. So people who are preparing for CSC prelims this year. So prelims this year is on June 27th, right? And the CAPF exam is on August 8th. So you have about only 1 month in between. The July month is there in between, that's it. Between the prelims and the CAPF AC exam. So there has to be a concrete approach. There has to be a concrete approach where you should be focusing on the both paper 1 and paper 2 simultaneously from now itself. Only then you will be able to clear the exam. I told you already what are the advantages a civil service aspirant is having. But you have to ensure but you have to ensure this by yourself. How you will use the advantage, how you will use all of these things to the best of your advantage. It all depends on you. It all depends on the efforts that you will be putting there. But the thing is that there is no need for you to put any extra effort to that extent. Normally, if you see for the sorry guys. Normally, if you see for any state PCS and all, what you have to do, you have to put some extra efforts. Like you will have to read the state geography and the state history. These are the extra efforts that you should be putting. But for the CAPF AC exam, there is no need for you to put any extra effort. You don't have to study anything extra. Just with your basic general studies preparation, you can go and clear the examination. That is the advantage for the UPSC CAPF exam. That is the advantage that you are having for the CAPF exam. There is nothing you have to do extra. The only thing what you have to do is some practice. Some practice has to be done by you. So now, most of you will be starting the GS, the prelims, GS, sorry, the prelims mock test you will be starting. What you will have to do is parallelly just solve papers of the CAPF as well for the paper 1. The paper 1, as I told, will have the MCQs. So what you will do is just start solving the CAPF test series also. Just start solving it. When you start solving it parallelly, what you will have is you will gain that mindset. You will understand the pattern of the examination, and you will have that clarity about how your report should be and all. Okay. So only thing what you have to do is you have to start solving the paper 1 parallelly along with your civil service prelims examination practice. Now what about paper 2? But yeah, the thing is that for paper 1, some current affairs has to be done by you, some extra has to be done. We will discuss that when we discuss the strategy during our sessions. But this is the broad strategy of what I am telling. Okay. Now, what about paper 2? So paper 2, what you have to do is, if you have time now currently, because some people are still preparing for mains and all. If you have time now currently, and if you are confident about prelims, you can just give some time for this paper 2 as well. We are going to launch a crash course. Just weekly, we are going to take up one topic, one theme. We are going to go, how we are going to approach this exam, I'll just explain after some time. Here we are approaching theme-wise, and weekly we are going to take up one theme. It is just going to be a couple of hours session, that's it. Just listen to the session and try to structure it in your brain, that's it. That is what is enough. Rest of the practice and everything can be done after the prelims, because you have 1 month, and in that 1 month you can definitely work and clear the CAPF AC exam. Okay, all the full-fledged practice and everything can be done after the prelims. But now, if you have time, what you have to do is just take our crash course and just weekly give 2 hours and listen to what I'm telling. That's it. Just weekly 2 hours spend on the content building part. That's it. Because after prelims, it will be hectic if you don't start building content from now itself. So this is only the small thing what you will have to do. After the prelims, we will definitely have another small crash course for the civil service aspirants along with our main crash course. Okay, I'll be taking separate sessions for you about the answer writing approach and everything. So that should not be an issue for you. And also you can give the full length test as well after the prelims. Okay, and I will be there and I will evaluate all the papers. Okay, so this is what is broadly the strategy what you will have to follow. Okay, you have to focus more on paper 1 and paper 2 can be done after the prelims. The only thing what you have to do is start building the content. So already you have the content, just you have to organize the content according to the need. That is the only thing. Okay, so you just have to give 2 hours weekly and attend the crash course. That's the only thing. Okay, right. So this is what is the broad strategy. So anyone has any doubt with regard to strategy or anything, any queries you have, you can just let me know if you have any doubts. Anyone has any queries, any doubts or anything, you can just let me know. Okay. Okay. Sure. So now I'm going to explain you with regarding to the crash course that we are going to offer. We are going to offer a crash course. Now I'll just explain you briefly about the crash course and what are the elements that are going to be there in our crash course. Okay. I've already explained you the importance of CAPF AC exam and I've explained you with regard to the strategy, the different strategy for the civil service aspirants and the other aspirants who are preparing for the CAPF AC exam. And now I'm going to tell you about the crash course that we are going to launch. Okay. So DIADEMY is going to launch a crash course and it is at minimal cost for about 5,000 rupees. Okay. We are going to launch this at a very nominal price. And our main target is to ensure that most of you clear this exam, because most of you are working so hard. So we want to make sure that you have something, you have some backup career option. And for people, especially for preparing for civil services, we want to ensure that you have some backup career option. And for the other people who are preparing, especially for CAPF, we want to ensure that you get what you want, because you are the people who are aspiring to become an officer in CAPF. And we want to ensure that you clear this exam. This is what is our main target, main goal. So for that, we are offering this crash course where we are going to provide both paper 1 and paper 2 test series and content for the paper 2. Content means we are going to provide classes as well for the paper 2. Okay. So now what are we providing for paper 1? What are we going to provide for paper 1? So for the paper 1, if you see, we are going to provide a test series, a comprehensive test series we are going to provide. Okay. In this, there will be sectional tests as well as the full length tests. Okay. More than 35 tests will be there. In that, you will have 15 full length tests and 20 sectional tests will be there. 15 full length and 20 sectional tests. And along with this, you will also have the previous year questions and the current affairs separately. Current affairs questions separately along with this. Okay. So this will be there. And also, I will be providing you the video solutions for the full length test. The complete video solutions will be provided for the full length. You will have a live discussion where we will be solving the questions like how we do in the prelims marathon. We'll be solving all the important questions, and I will be clearing all your doubts as well. And also I will tell you the approach. I'll tell you some important techniques what you can follow in order to clear this exam. Guys, I have cleared this written examination for the CAPF AC thrice, so I have ample experience in this. So whatever I'm telling you with all the experience what I have. Okay. I've also given the interview also for this. I've appeared for this. So I have ample experience in this. So with all my experience, I want to ensure that most of you clear this examination. Okay. So this is what we are going to offer for the paper 1. So for paper 1, we are going to offer the test series where you will have the full length test as well as the sectional test. In that, we are also going to provide the previous year questions along with the current affairs. And also we will be providing you the video solutions for the full length test as well. We will have the video solutions will be a live class, where in this live class, we will be discussing the important questions and the solutions as well. Okay. Right. And also before the exam, 1 month before the exam, what we will be doing is we will discuss some important topics also for the paper 1. I'll be discussing the important topics which are required for the paper 1 and what you have to focus more on. We will discuss all of that in another videos as well, in the subsequent videos. Okay, right. Now, now I'll just show you how we are going to provide. So yeah, so this is how the broad interface is going to be. Okay. So if you visit this website, the testseries.diademy.com, so here you're going to find our test series. Okay. So soon we are going to launch this. By next week we are going to launch this. Okay. So here we already have this test series for paper 1. For paper 2, soon you will be finding this. Okay. So like this, it will be there, testseries.diademy.com. If you go to this website, you will find all the details. And so we already have the mock test ready, so you can directly go and start solving the questions. Okay, we have general sciences, we have reasoning and other GK papers. So the sectional tests are ready or are also ready for you. So previous year questions we will be adding subsequently, and also you have the current affair questions as well. Here we will be adding the current affairs for 2021 as well. We will be adding that soon. Okay. So this is what is the broad interface and how it is going to be. Okay. So this is what we are providing for the paper 1. Now if you see the paper 2, for paper 2, so as I told already, you are going to have total of more than 50 tests. Okay, for the paper 1. For the paper 2, if you see, the paper 2, as I told, is very crucial one. The paper 2 is very crucial one, and this paper 2 is something that is going to decide whether you are going to enter, whether you are going to be in the merit list or not. So for that, paper 2 plays a crucial role. So your focus should be, to enhance, your focus mainly should be to enhance your knowledge. And this enhancing knowledge is very key. This enhancing knowledge is very key, and this will help you even in the interview as well. Even in the interview, because you are going to appear before the UPSC board. Interview in front of the UPSC board. So they will definitely test your knowledge along with your personality. So for you to speak something, you have broad knowledge about different things. So for that only, we are going to launch this paper 2 crash course. So this paper 2 crash course, along with the series, we are going to provide the classes as well. Anjali, can you just tell me what you are not able to see? Yeah. So for the paper 2, as I told, we are going to provide the classes as well along with the test series. So for paper 2, we are going to provide. You're not able to see the presentation. So is anyone else facing the same issue? Okay, I don't think others are facing that issue. Can you just check your internet once, because everything looks fine on my side. Just checking. Everything appears fine on my side. Okay. So if you see this paper 2 crash course, we are going to provide classes as well as the test series. Okay. So test series normally you will find anywhere. But here the important thing is that what we are trying to do is we want to enhance your knowledge. As I told, for the paper 2, you need knowledge on the current issues. You need knowledge on the static issues as well. So it is very important for us to focus on all of these things. So what we are going to do is we are going to provide classes on 15 important themes. So 15 important themes will cover more than 100 topics. Okay, we are going to provide classes on all of these important things. So this knowledge will help you to cover essay writing, report writing, and document writing very easily. If you attend our classes, I'm going to ensure that you will be solving the essay, report, and document writing very easily. You will be doing all of these things very easily. You should not face any trouble. Because what we are trying to do is we are trying to enhance your knowledge. And this knowledge, what you're going to gain in this, is definitely going to help you even in your interview. Because in your interview, as I told, you will be appearing before the UPSC board, and knowledge will be very crucial for you. Okay. So here we are going to provide theme-wise classes on 15 important themes. So what are the themes on which we are going to provide classes? So these are the themes. From 5th April, we are going to start this, and we are going to provide, I'm actually going to cover all the topics in theme-wise. If you take internal security, in internal security, you have very broad range of issues. The Naxalism, the internal security, all of these things will come under internal security. We will see all of those issues in internal security. Other digital and cyber issues we will see as a separate theme. Climate issues, the health issues, women issues, agricultural issues, the renewable energy issues, education issues, the governance issues, social media, science and technology, the other polity issues, the economic issues, the geopolitical issues, and other current issues. So broadly, these are the different themes on which we are going to cover it. So if you take all of these 15 themes, you're going to cover more than 100 topics. More than 100 topics. Okay. So this is how our approach is going to be. If you cover all of these 100 topics, I'm going to tell you, you will be definitely in a great position to write the essay writing, argument and report writing in a much more efficient and holistic way. And this will definitely help you to clear the CAPF essay written examination. And also, along with these topics, we are going to provide test series where you're going to have 10 sectional tests and 5 full-length tests. In the sectional test, every week I'll be giving you a few topics on the essay writing, report writing, and argument writing. And we'll be working on, we will have separate one-to-one sessions as well. Answer writing aspect. Okay, we'll be working on the answer writing aspect. And only by writing, you will be able to develop yourself. Only by writing, you will be able to develop yourself. So you'll be gaining the knowledge, and along with gaining knowledge, you'll be parallelly doing the answer writing practice. Only this will ensure that you become master for the paper 2. Once you master the topics for the paper 2, definitely in the examination you're going to write anything that is being asked. Okay, and also for the full-length test, we are going to have live discussion. We are going to have live discussion for all the full-length test. This is what we are going to provide. So from April 5th, from 5th of April, every week we are going to cover one important theme. Okay, so we will announce before itself on which day we are going to have the class and all. We will be announcing it. So what you have to do is just subscribe to our course. We are launching this at a very nominal price of 5,000. Subscribe to the course, and every week we are going to cover one important theme. And I'm going to give you written assignment, and along with that, I'll even give you the model answer sheet also, where you can check the content, what you have written, and also you can evaluate yourself. Okay, so every week we'll be giving you the test, and you can actually get back to us after writing the test as well. Okay, so this is what is the broad plan what we are going to provide. So any doubt, anyone? Any queries you have, what you have with regard to the plan or anything? I've already explained you the broad detail. We are going to provide the paper 1 test series and also the paper 2 test series. And for the paper 2 also, we are going to provide the classes for the knowledge, for the content building. Because for paper 2, the content building is very important. Because this content generally you will not find normally everywhere. You need to have broad and in-depth understanding about different issues. The question you have seen in 2020 was directly asked on the farm laws. I'll just show you once again how the questions are being asked. So here is a question directly on the farm laws. This question is basically based on the current issues. So for the current issues, you need to have an in-depth understanding. You need to have in-depth understanding and in-depth knowledge. Okay, so we are going to provide you that in-depth understanding and knowledge. Also, you have seen there were questions about challenges in the Indian society. So we are going to even tackle all of these challenges, the societal challenges, the women issues. So these are the static issues and the current issues. So all of these areas we are going to focus on. Okay. So this is what is the broad thing what we are going to provide. So we are going to start this crash course from 5th of April. You can subscribe to this. You can find more details on our website, diademy.com. We are going to provide you all of these things, right? If you have any query, if you have any question, you can just ask me. This is broadly, these are the broad things about the CAPF exam. If you have any questions, you can just ask me. Okay, we are open to the questions. So, okay. So I'll just summarize what we have seen today. We have seen broadly about the CAPF AC exam. The Assistant Commandant in CAPF is equal to that of a Deputy Superintendent of Police in the Indian Police and the Captain in the Indian Army. So it's a pretty prestigious post, and the organized group service status is granted to the CAPF. So this has become more prestigious in the recent past. UPSC conducts CAPF AC exam every year, and in 2021, the exam is going to be in August 8th. Exam is going to be on. Okay, so the CAPF AC exam, it has to be tackled a bit differently than the civil services. In this exam, you have paper 1 and paper 2. The paper 1 consists of objective questions, and paper 2 consists of descriptive questions. Once you clear the stage 1, you will be attending the physical examination and the physical efficiency test, where you will have to clear certain physical events: 100 meters, 800 meters, long jump, and the short put. You have to clear these things. So, as I told already, trust me guys, the physical examination is going to be pretty easy. Okay, it is going to be pretty easy. Only practicing of about 15 to 20 days is definitely enough for you people. Definitely. Okay, with the minimum practice, you can definitely clear this physical examination. So once it is done, once the physical examination is done, you will be given the interview in front of UPSC board. Okay, so this is broadly the scheme of examination, and examination is for 600 marks. Okay, so after the interview, the merit list will be given based on the marks the person has scored in paper 1, paper 2, and the interview. So after totaling, the merit list will be given, and then the forces will be allocated to the people depending on the choices which a person has given in his detailed application form. Okay, right. So this is the scheme of examination what we have discussed, and we also have seen about the different forces, and we also have seen that people the strategy for people who are preparing only for CAPF, and the strategy for the people who are preparing for the CAPF along with the civil service examination. I'm telling you guys, this CAPF AC examination, I'm telling you again, is very advantageous. It is very advantageous for the people who are preparing along with the civil services. The CAPF AC examination, it's very advantageous for the people who are preparing along with the civil service examination. So I would suggest you to make the best use of this opportunity that you have. It is the only examination for civil service aspirants where there is no need for you to study anything extra. You have everything in you. The only thing what you have to do is you just have to restructure everything, and you just have to put the things in right order. That is the only thing. We are definitely there to guide you about how to structure everything, because you already have the knowledge, you already have the content. You just have to restructure everything. That is the only thing what you have to do. And this is the only examination, the CAPF AC examination is the only thing where there is no need for you to study anything extra. And there are other reasons as well. And as the number of vacancies in civil services is decreasing every year, you will definitely need to have a backup career option. And this CAPF AC definitely provides a great backup career both for men as well as women. Because these days the number of women in CAPFs is increasing. So even the government is also focusing to recruit more women officers. Okay. Yeah, there's a question. So this is the only stage where yes, Anjali, you have to clear both stage 1 as well as stage 2 in order to appear to the interview. You have to clear the written examination. You have to clear the written examination, and you have to clear the physical examination as well in order to appear for the interview. The physical examination, you just have to clear it. That's it. Once you clear it, you will be able to appear for the interview. Is it clear? Okay. Right. So these are the broad things that we have discussed. Okay, so from 5th of April, we are going to launch the paper 2 crash course. Okay, so paper 1 test series is already uploaded. For the paper 2, the test series will be uploaded soon, and the crash course will be launched from 5th of April. So you can visit our website, testseries.diademy.com, for more details and all. Okay, and if you have any queries, you can also get back to us. You can write back to us. We'll get back to you if you need any details and anything. Okay. Okay. So if any more questions, you can just let me know. Any more questions? And guys, for stage 2, about how to approach stage 2, the physical criteria, the medical conditions. If you have anything on, if you need any more information on this, we will take up that in a different session. That is for the stage 2. Regarding your queries regarding the physical process, the physical examination, and the medical examination, we will take up this in a different session. Okay, because they need different understanding and different. So we'll take up that in a different session because there's not a big deal as well. Okay. So any more doubts, any more queries, anyone, you can just let us know, or else we'll wind up the session. Hope things are clear for you. Hope I've cleared everything about the examination. I've even shown you the career path, what an assistant commandant is going to have. An assistant commandant will become a deputy commandant, after that second in command, after that commandant. And now, as the organized group services status is being given to this CAPF officers, a person can reach even to the director general DG level of the forces. Okay. So okay guys, then that's it for the session. We'll end the session here. If you have any queries and if you have any doubts, you can just get back to us, and do visit our website for more of the details on the crash course. I've shown you the paper 1 crash course we are launching. Like the paper 1 and paper 2 combined, we are going to launch the crash course. You even have different plans for paper 1 and paper 2 as well, which we are going to provide in the website. You can visit our website and you can choose a plan, and we can work together in order to ensure you clear this examination. Okay, we are always there to help you. Do get back to us if you have any queries. Right? Thank you for your patience. I'll see you again. Jai Hind.